Good morning, children. In the last class, actually, we were already completed the topic, the transcription. So after the transcription, we have to discuss about another important topic, that is a translation. Okay, fine. Yeah. See, while we were discussing about the central dogma of molecular biology, I told you the process begins with the DNA replication. So that means the DNA undergo replication so that it is get converted into messenger RNA. So that process is also known as a transcription. After the transcription, the messenger RNA will synthesize, that means the particular protein. So that phenomena is known as translation, or we can also say the one way movement, or the one way of flow of genetic material is known as central dogma of molecular biology. Okay, so in that one, in the earlier classes, we have already completed the topic transcription. After the transcription, let us start the discussion with respect to the translation. Okay, fine. So first of all, the question arises, what is translation? I told you, so from messenger RNA to which will be give stage to the particular protein. So that's why the translation is also known as protein synthesis. Okay, yeah, it is a process of polymerization of amino acids to form a polypeptide based on the sequence of codons in messenger RNA. So how can you define the translation? Means it is the process of polymerization of amino acids to form a polypeptide based on sequence of codons in messenger RNA. Okay, so during this phenomena, what will happen is the polymerization. The large number of monomer units comes together form a particular protein. So that's what the polymerization of amino acids. So then after the particular number to form a polypeptide based on the particular sequences of codons in messenger RNA. Okay, so that this process is known as translation. Fine. And it takes place in the ribosome. Where exactly? So this translation or protein synthesis takes place. It takes place in ribosomes. Okay, and the ribosome consists of a structural RNAs and about 80 types of proteins. See here, in our body there are different regions will be containing different type of the protein synthesis, isn't it? So that means it is depends upon the types of the region as well as the types and composition of the composition of the polymerization of amino acids. So that the ribosome consists of a structural RNAs and about how many types of proteins? 80 types of proteins which is synthesized in our body only. Okay, so and here the ribosome also acts as a catalyst. So I told in the beginning also, very important one. So which is acts as a catalyst in this process? The ribosomes also acts as a catalyst, that to specifically 23S, that is types of ribosomal RNA in bacteria is an enzyme. Okay, so the ribozyme for the formation of peptide bond. So that the particular name of the enzyme, peptidyl transferase. The peptidyl transferase enzyme in the large subunit of ribosome. Okay, so this is very important. They will ask the name of the enzyme and they will also access, so they will ask the name of the catalyst Okay, so these are all you should write it particularly. 1 mark questions also they will rise in the middle of the sentences. Okay, are you getting? So that means it is a process of polymerization of amino acids to form a polypeptide based on the sequence of codons in messenger RNA, and it takes place in ribosomes. Ribosomes consist of structural RNAs, about 80 types of proteins, and the ribosome also acts as a catalyst. Okay, so 23S RNA in the bacteria is the enzyme ribosome for the formation of peptide bond. Peptidine transferase enzyme in the large subunit of ribosomes. Okay, so this is about the translation. So whenever we see the process, okay, it is not takes place in a simple step mechanism. It is takes place in the 4-step mechanism. Okay, or we can also say it is a complex process. How it will be? Because it involves the 4 steps mechanisms. In that, when the first process or the first step of the translation is charging of tRNA. Okay, then the second step is insertion. The third step is elongation, and finally termination. Okay, so these are all the 4 steps of the translation during which a successful protein synthesis of the particular protein takes place. Okay, yeah, let us discuss one by one the process. In that one, the first one is the first step of the translation is charging. Okay, charging, that is amino acylation of tRNA. Okay, so that's amino acylation of the tRNA. So this process is also known as charging of tRNA or amino acylation of tRNA. Okay, then so let us discuss the first process or activation of the translation. We can also say the activation. Okay, see here the formation of peptide bond needs energy obtained from ATP. So this is very important. The process, it is very important. Without the energy or in the absence of the ATP, there will be no, the charging of tRNA. So that means the formation of peptide bond needs energy obtained from ATP, that is nothing but adenosine triphosphate. Okay, so then only the charging of tRNA will begins. Okay, and for this the amino acids are activated, so in presence of amino acid plus ATP and linked to their cognate tRNA. So in the presence of amino acid tRNA synthesis, thus the tRNA becomes charged. Okay, so this is how exactly the charging of tRNA takes place. Okay, are you getting what I'm telling? See here, the formation of peptide bond needs energy obtained from ATP. For this, acids are activated amino acid plus ATP and linked to their cognate tRNA in presence of amino acid tRNA synthesis, the name of the enzyme. Thus the tRNA becomes charged. Okay, yeah, and so after that the process will continue. So that's what initiation. Okay, so that is nothing but the initiation. How this initiation? See, the initiation majorly involves in the beginning. So what are the requirements, or we can also say the tools of the initiation. In this, the small subunit of ribosome binds to messenger RNA at the start codon, that is nothing but initiator codon AUG. Okay, I hope you can identify the left side in the initiation complex. Then large subunit binds to small subunit to form initiation complex. Okay, then The large subunit consisting of amino acid tRNA binding site, it is also known as A site. Okay, so what is A site? Amino acid tRNA. Okay, the binding site is also known as A site, and the peptidyl site is also known as the P site. Okay, and the initiator tRNA, which carries methanoid, okay, binds on P side, that is nothing but peptidyl side. Its anticodon UAC recognizes start codon AUG. So then only the process of the translation begins. So this is what we call formation of insertion complex. Okay, so are you getting what I'm telling? Yeah, the tools which is required for the insertion, the small subunit of ribosome binds to form, that is messenger RNA to start codon AUG. Then large units, that is a ribosomal large subunit binds to small subunit to form insertion complex. Large subunit consisting of amino acid tRNA bind site, that is A site, peptidyl site P site. Then initiator tRNA binds on P site, which anticodon UAC recognizes start codon AUG. Okay, so this is how exactly the process of translation insertion begins or takes place. Okay, yeah. So the next step is majorly elongation. I told you the particular type of protein will be containing a different type of the protein subunits. Okay, so and here, so based on the type of the protein, the number of the whatever the polypeptide, or we can also say the different type of the amino acids will binds together form a elongation structure. Okay, so in this process what will happen, how it will happen, the second amino acid tRNA binds to the A side of ribosome. Its anticodon binds to the second codon on the messenger RNA, and a peptide bond is formed between first and the second amino acids in presence the name of the enzyme peptidyl transferase. Okay, are you getting what I'm telling? Then, and the first amino acid and its tRNA broken, so that the further amino acids comes on bind together. So this tRNA is removed from P side, and the second tRNA from A side is pulled to the P side along with messenger RNA. So this is called translocation. Okay, and these processes are repeated for other codons in messenger RNA. During translation, a ribosome moves from codon to codon. Okay, and this will continue until until a particular type of protein synthesis will complete. Okay, yeah. So here only if you see this structure, the beginning from ethanoin, so then thrombin, histidine, glycine, and tyrosine, glutamine. Okay, there is a glycine and glutamine and prothrombin. So this is how exactly. Okay, so totally 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 number of the amino acids. Okay, so they combines together form a polypeptide chain. Okay, so this is how exactly the elongation continues. And after this one, consider the after the particular number of the amino acids are binds together, it is synthesized particular protein. Now finally what should be happen? The process should be stopped, isn't it? So when a release F factor, that is a factor, binds to the stop codon, that is nothing but UAA is the stop codon, the translation terminates. Okay, so the polypeptide and tRNA are released from the ribosomes so that the ribosome dissociated into large and small units. Are you getting what I'm telling? See, after the synthesis of the particular protein with respect to the particular number of the amino acids, the process should be stopped. Okay, so that's how it will be happens. The release factor binds the stop codon, the translation terminates, the polypeptide and tRNA are released from the ribosomes so that it will become dissociated each other. The ribosome dissociated into large and small units. Okay, so now this process will be considered as the termination. Okay, see how exactly. So this process will be a group of ribosomes associated with a single messenger RNA for translation is called polyribosomes. So they are also known as polysomes. In the right side of the slide, I hope you can identify. Okay, so that polyribosomes, the RNA polymerase enzyme, polypeptidase, so these are all I hope you can identify. And messenger RNA has additional sequences that are not translated, so they are also present sometimes, so those are considered as untranslated regions. They are also known as UTR. Okay, so these UTRs are present at both the 5' end before start codons and 3' end after stop codons. So they are required for efficient translation process. Okay, so that means which is not translated, so they are in generally we can also say untranslated regions or UTRs. Okay, yeah, so this is exactly the translation in the action. If we see how it will begins from the beginning, in the beginning there will be a ribosome large subunit and ribosome small subunit. Okay, so there will be a particular messenger RNA which is generated from the, so that is nothing but DNA. Okay, and it will be containing so tRNAs, so that it will become, that means the acts as a adapter molecule, so that particular anticodons will bring the particular amino acids, and the name of the enzyme peptidyl transferase. So they are also known as tools of translation. What are the tools of the translation? The ribosome large subunit, the ribosome small subunit, particular messenger RNA, it is containing the information. Okay, so that they can synthesize the particular type of the protein, and the tRNA as adapter molecule, so that which can bring the particular amino acids, and the name of the enzyme peptidyl transferase. So they are all called tools of the translations. Okay, and in the initiation what happens exactly? So in the initiation, large and small subunits of the ribosomes comes together in presence of the peptidyl transferase. Okay, so which forms the initiation complex, so that whatever the sequences which is present on the messenger RNA, the codons to that particular anticodons, okay, binds to the the insertion complex, so that which will brings the tRNA exactly opposite to the particular amino acids. Okay, so this is how exactly the process begins, by the formation of insertion complex. Fine, are you getting? Then, and after that one, the insertion will continue with respect to the binding nature. So that is a methanoyl tRNA binds to the P site. That is a peptidyl site, isn't it? So here only I hope you can identify AUG is the initiator codon, so that exactly opposite that UAC is present. There is nothing but tRNA which brings the MET, that is a methanoin. Okay, so that's why methanoyl tRNA binds to the P site. So this is how exactly the initiation begins. Okay, and the elongation, so as I said, after the particular, the whatever the amino acids, okay, which joins, the tRNA will brings the further amino acids. Okay, so there is a second tRNA binds to the A site, so that peptide bond is formed. Now you can identify after AUG, ACA, exactly opposite UGU, the tRNA brought the thrombin. So this is how exactly peptide bond is formed. Okay, yeah. And after that one, finally the continuity. Okay, the continuity of the process, that is nothing but elongation. Now I hope you can identify after thrombin, histamine. Okay, that CAU is a codon, GUA is a anticodon. Okay, so here you can identify 3 number of the amino acids. That's a translocation of the T site to the P site. And the continuity with respect to elongation by different combination of the amino acids. Can you able to get it? Yeah. So here only beginning from the methanoin, thrombin, histamine, glycine, tyrosine, glutamine, that is glycine, and also glutamine prothrombins. Okay, so this is how exactly the elongation takes place. Finally, after the synthesis of particular protein, the process of protein synthesis should be stopped, so that UAA is the stop codon along with releasing factor. The termination or the stopping of the translation will be takes place. Okay, so that is a release factor binds with the stop codon UAA and which terminate the process of the protein synthesis. Okay, so now the translation in action. Finally, once the termination takes place, the large subunit of the ribosome and the small subunit of the ribosomes will dissociate and releases, and the tRNA will not come further, and peptidyl transferase also which stops the functioning, so that the termination, the translation in action, the completely which stops the synthesis of particular protein. Okay, so this is how exactly the translation process takes place. Okay, so from the beginning, amino acylation, then initiation, elongation, and termination. Okay, yeah. So let it be. So next class we will continue further topics. Thank you. Have a nice day.